And we're making a summer-like dish today, even though it doesn't look and feel like summer today. It will get hot soon next week, and nothing says summer more than tomatoes. This is going to be a grape tomato pasta dish, very easy to make, very healthy, lots of flavor. So you saw me pour these grape tomatoes, didn't even cut them in half, just put them all in this skillet, which I had coated with 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And what we're going to do is we're going to what we call blister them. So if you look in close here, you can see a little bit of blackening going on with those tomatoes. Now they're probably kind of mad at me. I don't think they want to be blistered, but they're going to get blistered anyway. So I guess it's kind of similar to roasting tomatoes, but here we're just exposing them to very high heat immediately. And I'm going to add some salt and pepper, again using this wonderful salt pepper blend that you get at JR's Roadhouse Barbecue. So I want these to be a little bit blistered, and all we're going to do is combine the tomatoes, and then we're going to remove them temporarily, put some garlic in there, and then add some pasta, toss it all together. We're going to have a little balsamic vinegar involved. And normally, you'd want to top this at the end with some basil. You know, I didn't have fresh basil like I thought I did, but I did have cilantro. And you know what? Cilantro is actually a decent substitute for basil, fresh basil, if you're in a pinch. But more on that later. These are getting nice and blistered. I don't want to burn them to a crisp, of course, but they're blackened enough, and they're going to have a little more cooking time, so I'm going to try to carefully put those on this plate here, because I want to cook the garlic separately. If I put the garlic in first with the tomatoes, that's going to be a bad thing, because garlic burns easily, and once you burn garlic cloves, that totally ruins the dish. So we want just to lightly soften up the garlic cloves there. And I'm going to cook that just for a few seconds. You know what? I think I need probably just a little bit more olive oil in there, because it's got kind of dry. Just a little bit more, not too much. Always use a good olive oil. I'm using one from Napa Valley from the Warrior Estates Winery. Wineries have really got into the olive oil business out there, and some of the olive oils are absolutely fantastic. So again, just a few ingredients, and the idea is to just bring out fresh flavors with fresh ingredients and not to use too many ingredients. So I've already got that garlic browned lightly. We're going to put the tomatoes right back in there, and some of the juices as well. I'm going to turn the burner off. It's still going to be hot. I'm going to drizzle some balsamic vinegar in there, just like that. Very nice. And then we're going to add the pasta to those tomatoes, who are still getting blistered. They're really mad at me today. Add the pasta right in there. And this is pretty much going to be the dish. I made just a little bit too much. I think this is going to be just fine. So when I have these tomatoes, which are really the star of the dish, the grape tomatoes and the balsamic vinegar, I want to use this kind of pasta, kind of a short noodle pasta. I always love using this tricolor rotini. You could use regular spaghetti, angel hair spaghetti or something like that, but I think that this particular recipe, this kind of pasta, works out just fine. So what I'm going to do is just hook everything through, and then at the end of the show, I'm going to dress this up. We're going to add some Parmesan cheese and also a little bit of the cilantro. And it's going to be a really healthy, beautiful presentation, nice and colorful, an easy weeknight meal anytime during these nice hot summer months. I think you're really going to love it. Forecasts. We have some showers, even a potential for severe weather tomorrow. More in the forecast after the break.